Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining us for this fifth and final session on redundancy law and the law of unfair dismissal. My name is Gary Smith. I'm one of the partners in the employment team at Knockholds. And in this final one, we're going to look at the payments that are due to redundant employees. You've unfortunately had to go through the unpleasant process of consulting with staff, scoring staff, and ultimately dismissing staff. What do you then have to actually pay them? Because unfortunately, making people redundant is not cheap, even if it is being done to try and save money in the long term. Well, firstly, you've got to look at the individual's contractual payments. So that will be things like their salary to the date their employment actually ends, whether they have any accrued but untaken holiday, whether they're due any notice pay. Do you pay that in lieu of notice, or do you make them work their notice? Well, most people would pay in lieu, because once you've identified someone as redundant, do you really want them working within the business when they're perhaps not as motivated as they should be? And then also any other bonus, commission, or similar payments that the individual is due under their contract. All of that needs to be wrapped up and paid. It would all be paid subject to tax and national insurance and paid through PAYE in the normal way. You also then have to look at a redundancy payment. Unless there is a contractual entitlement to an enhanced redundancy payment, you would be looking at the statutory formula, which is based on weekly pay, an age factor, and also their length of service. So weekly pay is pretty much straightforward. It is subject to a cap, which currently is £571 per week, or if they earn less than that, whatever they actually earn as their gross pay. The age factor is half a week's pay for each complete year's service under the age of 22, 1 week's pay for each full year between 22 and 41, and 1.5 weeks pay for all those age 41 or over. And then you look at their length of service, which is, as with the wages, also capped, and this is capped at 20 years. So the most somebody can get is 20 years at 1.5 weeks pay, so 30 multiplied by 571 is a total maximum of 17,130, albeit often redundancy pay is far less because of less service, younger staff, lower wages, etc. But the maximum currently is 17,130, and that is payable tax-free, but it is in addition to all of the contractual payments we commented on earlier. So that's the end of this session on redundancy and the end of the 5 sessions that we've done on redundancy. We hope you found them useful. Please do keep an eye out for the other series on this unfair dismissal webinars. You're looking at incapability, we're looking at misconduct, we're looking at illegality, and also some other substantial reason. And I hope you can join us for each of those.